Why hello there, and welcome back to my channel. I apologize if I sound like I'm a little under the weather. I spent most of the last week fighting off a cold and wondering if I was going to make it. And yet, here I am, just for you guys. Today we're going to be checking out an Instagram account called The Complete Facts. It's an account on Instagram that's dedicated to posting nothing but random, kind of useless information that may or may not be true. I highly doubt whoever runs this account fact checks anything at all, so you never know what you're gonna get. The first one we got here says, did you know girls don't like being stared at unless they're already staring at you? I'm about 100% positive that this doesn't just apply to girls. Almost nobody likes being stared at. But let's say that this is true. Girls don't like to be stared at unless if they're already staring at you. So if a girl's already staring at a guy and he turns around and stares back, then it's cool. But what if it's two girls staring at each other? Then does that mean they're just going to be mad at each other either way? So this is kind of like a paradox. It's like if you drop a piece of toast that has butter on one side, it's going to land on the butter side. And if you drop a cat, it's going to land on its feet. But what would happen if you take a piece of toast that has butter on it and glue it to the back of a cat and then drop it? Is it going to land on the toast, or is the cat going to land on his feet? You don't know what's going to happen. I might have strayed away from the subject a little bit. Think of putting too much thought into it. Did you know people who eat spicy foods tend to be more adventurous and also have sex more? This is one of those statements where you just kind of have to accept that it's true, because it's so random. How could it not be? But then at the same time, it's so random. How could you possibly come up with those results? It's like they did a survey where they just asked a bunch of people how adventurous you are, how much sex do you think you have, and do you like spicy foods? I think what the survey actually revealed is that if you have more sex, it leads to more opportunities to eat spicy foods. I feel like that road can go both ways. Did you know you only need 2 close friends in which you can trust and dedicate yourself to? Having too many friends can lead to depression and stress. What if you have no friends? Does that lead to depression and stress also? I'm just kidding. I have friends, but clearly too many. Did you know sleeping next to someone you love makes you fall asleep faster, reduces depression, and helps you live longer? So not only do you need 2 friends, but you need to start sleeping with one of them. Hey Tyler, what's up, man? It's Aaron. Yeah, I was just wondering, I don't know, I feel like we're pretty good friends, right? Yeah, we haven't known each other for that long, but, Right. Yeah, but hey, it's just a suggestion though, and I heard it could relieve stress, but I feel like we should start sleeping with each other. Did you know being single is better for your overall health and well-being than being in a relationship, according to researchers? Wait, what? So you only need 2 good friends, 1 you could sleep with, but you should not be in a relationship with them because that could actually increase stress. It sounds like between making all these measures, only having 2 friends, sleeping with 1 to get rid of depression, but don't be in a relationship with 1. I feel like you would just come out even in the end. Offer your seat while still sitting in it. People are much likely to not accept. You get to keep your seat, and you are seen as a polite person. That's like the douchiest advice you could ever give someone. Hello there. Are you kind of a dick? Do you genuinely not like being nice to people, but at the same time you wish you were viewed as a nicer person? Then sit down, shut up, and strap in, because boy do I got some tips for you. In 1915, a woman was found alive after her sister ran late to her funeral, then demanded she see her sister one more time. When they dug her out, the woman sat up and smiled. She went on to live for 47 more years. It kind of makes you wonder why she was buried in the first place. Did she just fall asleep and have a hard time waking up, so they just buried her? Actually, I know a prank when I see one. She was just getting back at her sister for always running late to everything, and she can't make her sister late to her own funeral, so she just decided to make her sister late to her funeral, and she went as far as to be buried in the casket. She gets there and she's like, I want to see my sister. You can't bury her yet. So they dig her up and sister pops out of the coffin. She's like, gotcha. Did you know in Japan you can hire a handsome man to show up at your place, watch a sad video with you until you cry, then wipe the tears for you? At first I thought this was kind of sweet, but it's actually kind of dark, dude. What kind of person willingly watches something just so they could be sad, just so they can cry, just so they can have a handsome man wipe their tears away? Although I did find this channel that's on YouTube. I don't remember the name of it, but it's like based in like India or something, where they go out and they find like these animals that are hurt and almost dying, and they take them into their shelter and fix them up, and they're all healthy again. And they're some of the saddest and semi-inspirational videos I've ever seen. And every single one of them brings me to tears. And I would love to have some handsome Japanese man wipe my tears away. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I know it was short, but I'm doing everything I can to keep myself from sneezing and coughing into the mic. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and go ahead and leave me a comment. Let me know if you're adventurous and if you like spicy foods. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
I was trying